We have a large armada, flotilla, you can call it whatever you want, heading toward Iran right now, even larger than what we had in Venezuela.
Are you giving Iran any kind of deadline to make a deal before potentially taking
Only
military
they
action?
know for sure.
Have you communicated that to them
Yeah,
directly?
I have.
President Trump says he wants to make a deal with Iran, even as what he calls a major U.S. armada or flotilla moves toward the Middle East. Multiple explosions were reported across Iran today, and Israel is denying any involvement. Iran's president, Masoud Pezeshkian, still blames the U.S. and Israel for provoking people during his country's deadline crackdown on protests. Let's bring in the chief research officer at the America First Policy Institute, Jacob Oladort. Jacob, where do we go from here? Does it look to you like President Trump is serious about military action?
Thanks so much for having me, John. It's good to be with you. So much of this depends on what Kissinger said. If you look at the Iranian regime as either governing a country or overseeing a cause, and in this case, I suspect the options being briefed to the president reflect the latter. Look, Iran is the world's oldest global terror network. And so the interests and equities of the United States are profound and go, frankly, beyond the plight of the protesters, which itself is a moral catastrophe right now. So my sense, obviously we don't know what the president will do, but he obviously is very serious and looking at this from all these dimensions.
The State Department spokesperson Tommy Pigott laid out a list of what he says the United States wants to see out of Iran. Let me play this for you.
No nuclear weapons, and to stop killing protesters. What the president is doing here is peace through strength. The president's been clear he wants to have a deal. He'll have talks with people when it's in our national interest to do so. And the demands, the message that he is sending to the Iranian regime has been very clear. He's done it repeatedly.
But 40,000 people dead. I mean, that's according to some estimates, 40,000 people dead protesting the government in Iran. It's pretty hard to carry on a protest when that many people have been murdered.
Absolutely. And look, what the spokesperson said there, I think is exactly right. This is peace through the strength. Given the regime's destructive activities in the country and around the world, they're transporting drones, missiles to the Russians. They obviously have been implicated and heavily involved in Latin America. And so bold, decisive action, whatever it looks like, will actually have ramifications in making peace throughout all these regions possible.
Well, what is...
absolutely, I think this is a decisive time.
What is propping up the mullahs in Iran? It certainly isn't popular support from the people there.
It isn't, but look, you have, first of all, China purchasing Iranian oil. You have also the Russians, a year ago today, signed a pact, a 20-year pact, that would include provision of Russian gas to Iran that would offset the revenues Russia lost with Nord Stream 1. So Iran is at the center of a global axis of all of our adversaries. And that is what's key. And for them, that is their foothold to undermine our agenda around the world.
Just yesterday, the U.S. military, the CENTCOM in particular, put out a statement with a kind of a warning to the Iranians, and I want to read part of it for you. It says, U.S. Central Command urges the IRGC, that's the Iranians, to conduct the announced naval exercise in a manner that is safe and professional. We will not tolerate unsafe IRGC actions, including overflight of a U.S. military vessels engaged in flight operations, low altitude or armed overflight of U.S. military assets when intentions are unclear, high-speed boat approaches on a collision course with U.S. military vessels, or weapons trained at U.S. forces. It's my understanding that the Iranians have taken a bunch of their dhows, their sort of civilian-looking vessels, and put weapons on board them. And the U.S. is saying, hey, if any of those ships or boats come close to us, we're going to blow them out of the water.
Absolutely. And look, and this points, again, at the IRGC's global footprint. These weapons are going to Latin America. They're going to parts of Africa. They're going, obviously, I mentioned, over to Russia. And so I think this is a warning to the IRGC, which, by the way, still could maintain the capacity to threaten Americans, even if the regime collapses, which is the scenario that I'm most concerned about. So I think they are on notice, certainly by the United States.
Yeah. Jacob Oladort, thanks very much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
You bet.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.